Day 66 of our time together, and I hope that you've been having a great day. As always, I want to thank you for being here and chilling out. Um, uh, I'm gonna go out here and share. This one's gonna be a short one today. It should be, unless someone comes in here and has some huge wave of awesome to bring. I'm just gonna share this out on those. Everyone who watches regularly knows where I'm going right now. I'm going over to that place. Oh, that's different. Trying to share. Oh, Facebook has just changed everything just overnight. It's so interesting. Wow. Oh well, doesn't matter to me. Hey, hey Rebecca, grateful for Pride. Treasure says, hey baby boo. Rebecca, Treasure, and Chandler Smith. Chandler, oh my goodness, congratulations, buddy, on your. I think everyone in this space will also give you a good congratulations on your pending nuptials because you got engaged like yesterday. Or day before yesterday. So congratulations to you, Chandler. I guess chats are not. I can see chats. Oh, they're grateful for rainbows. I thought you were grateful for Pride. Of course you have rainbows because you're in Hawaii, right? It doesn't look like comments are coming through today. Let me see if I can refresh this. Let me see if I can refresh this. But if the comments don't come through, I'll read them off to everybody. Congratulations with the rainbows and the heart. Treasure says, grateful for new housing, protection, and grace. My boy is happy, and my son and I are taking our power back. I'm so happy to hear that. For those of you who are watching a couple nights ago, Treasure was going through a bit of a tough situation. And so I'm grateful I'm grateful to read this. I really am. I really am. Congratulations to Chandler on getting married at some point in the future, and then good on you, Treasure, for choosing your safety over love and choosing your safety over unhealthy situations. I think we all should put ourselves in a space of. I'm going to shuffle the angel cards now so that we're not so aimless in our pursuit of conversation. But yeah, I'm so glad that you are choosing yourself. These are the angel card, like an angel card deck that I have. Hey, Andromeda. These are angel cards, and so it's nothing woo-woo. They're just inspiration and meditation cards. And so I kind of use them. Oh, the one that fell out of the deck, which I would usually pick, is the one we did last night. Oh, that one works. I didn't even shuffle the deck. I just kind of one just came out of the deck. And we'll use it to kind of shape our stuff. Please keep continuing to sound off about what you're grateful for. They're not coming through on the screen tonight. I guess it's like a technical situation. But Treasure is grateful for new housing, protection, and grace. My boy is happy, and my son and I are taking our power back. Rebecca says that too. Yes. Treasure says congratulations. That's, of course, to Chandler. And then Andromeda popped into the room. I'll keep an eye on the comments, even though I can't really. Usually they show up, but. They don't have to tonight. They don't have to because you know what? I'm Andre in the flow. And I just go, it's more than a name, y'all. I just kind of go with it. So I'm going to just move myself to there for now. And we're just going to let it rock. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Joe Jackdo, who's now on the main line, just completed something really, really special in his life that I probably shouldn't talk about publicly, but all I have to say, people, is great theater lives. Great provocative theater lives. Now, those of you who can do a good Nancy Drew will know what I'm talking about and how I'm talking about it, especially if I say the dramaturg's name of Joe Jackdo. That being said, I just want to drive home my point that like great theater lives, and there will be people that will be making it until we roll up out of this motherfucker. and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Today's word is communication, and sorry about all the technical difficulties, but you know what? Life is perfect. Someone said something in this meeting that I was just in that really, really wound me up. And I would like to share it with all of you if you've got like a moment to spare. I wrote it into my planner because I didn't want to like forget it. One of the commenters in this space says, I like the flaws that come with theater. And I said, wow, that would really preach, you know? Hey, Nicole, good to see you tonight. I said, that would really preach, like the fact that there are flaws in theater and there are flaws in life. And this woman from her heart just boldly proclaimed, I like the flaws in theater. I like the missed notes. She didn't go this far, but I'm going to say it. I like the missed notes. I like the pins that the whole room is on at a critical moment of the show. All of that makes it beautiful. And people are so busy running away. Hey, Ray Hudson, my soul brother from many years ago, childhood friend and brother. So many people are running away from their flaws. They're running away from the things, the imperfect things, because they're afraid of an imperfect offering. And hearing this lady, I don't know her, she didn't know me, she didn't even know I exist because I stayed off of video the entire time, which is my business. Some of y'all are just going on camera on these Zoom calls just because you think you have to. You don't have to. That's another thing I could set you free from. But I just kind of watched, and she said, I like the flaws that come with theater. And how many of us, I'm just going to stop here for a second to and feel free to leave comments if this resonates. But how many of us in theater spaces, and I'm talking in I statements, I so many times have probably had hundreds of people in the audience that love the flaws of theater or didn't care about the flaws of theater, were like just ambivalent to the flaws. They just didn't care. They just wanted to see a good show. They just want to hear me sing or dance or whatever. And as countless other theater people, I didn't give myself the opportunity to actually enjoy my flaws as well. To think, I don't even know this lady's name, but she completely changed my life tonight in this call. The idea that that somehow the audience and I can enjoy the flaws together. It really sets an actor free to just create the art if we're allowed to be with our flaws. And there's so many times that I've walked into audition rooms, as I'm still a working actor, believe it or not, even in coronavirus, and even in those moments, I'm not completely free in myself. Hey, Nika. Hey, Mary Bowden. Oh, these are different faces in here tonight. Monday nights are popping. Sundays are trash on the Good Report. Nobody shows up on Sundays, and I'm cool with that too. But tonight's popping. Nicole says, wow, that is a beautiful way to look at something that so many of us try to avoid. Exactly. Treasure House Hire for the podcast listeners that will hear this back in replays. Love yourself, flaws and all. You are enough. Shantae Bell is in the space now. Mary's in the space. Nika's in the space. All of this good loving energy all around us, just, loving ourselves, flaws and all. So many of us are tiptoeing in audition rooms and tiptoeing in Zoom readings and tiptoeing in paid gigs. So many of us, I'll speak in I statements. I have tipped around for so many years, scared of my flaws, especially in high level. Like, oh my God, I cannot reveal my flaws at Broadway level. I cannot reveal my flaws at region. I'm letting you know that, from my heart, from my artist's heart to yours, it doesn't matter where you work. If you're not embracing your flaws, then you're on pins and you're on edge all the time. And I've worked every level of the business, as they put it, whatever the fuck that means. And I have experienced feeling very flawed on all of those levels. High confidence and high self-worth. We can get into that some other time. But I felt like I belonged in those spaces, which is another hurdle, because some people get to get to wherever. It doesn't matter where you're trying to go. Some people get to that space in their journey, and then they don't think they belong there. No, I definitely belong in the spaces that I've been in. And there's nothing wrong with saying that either. If you've got people in your circle or people that are in your mind telling you that you can't celebrate your awesomeness, get new friends. Get new. If you don't have people in your life where you can look at them in their eyeballs and say, I'm a talented motherfucker. If you don't have people in your circle or on your social media or whatever that you can sit at a table with, and without skipping a beat in your mashed potatoes, you just go like, I'm a talented motherfucker and just keep moving. If that's not your life, get new friends. Because the only reason why you would care or someone would care about my expression of my joy and being black excellence walking, which is what the fuck I am, if people in your circle can't handle that, that's the reason why we're scared. Nicole, if you're still in the room, because people go and come as they please, but if you're still in the room, Nicole, that's why people are trying to avoid that feeling of flaws, because we don't have enough company around us on Broadway, regional, community theater, church houses, Second Baptist Church, First Union Baptist Church. It don't matter where we are. If we're not embracing our flaws, if we're not holding the embracing of our flaws while also holding the fact that we are talented motherfuckers, then we're always going to be walking around being like, oh, and sorry for those that I just yelled in your ear. Sorry, because I heard that too. My bad. Little Richard said, it's best, baby. I'm not conceited. I'm convinced. And yes, I'm convinced too. Coronavirus has got me convinced, and I've been very, very scared of saying it. Although I'm a very, although I keep telling people that watch, like I'm talking to you like this animated right now and doing all of this because this is part of the work that's required for what I'm trying to build and do in community. Nicole, right now, drop your details to your cabaret in this chat so that everybody who watches it now and hears the podcast later will get a hit of what you're working on. Drop it now, please, if you're still in the room. People go and come as they please from the Gut Report. But Nicole, if you're still in the room, drop your details in the comments now, and I'll read them for the podcast listeners, and also people will be able to see them that are watching over on Facebook. The YouTube people will be able to hear it, and so will the Twitter people. Anyway, that's a riff that has nothing to do with our card that is going to guide our discussion today. Nika says, I connect way better with those that admit that they have flaws. We're human. We'll bring the best version of us to whatever we do, but we will also always carry those flaws. Yeah, it's like this. It's the balance. I'm going to be working with a new collaborator that I had an afternoon meeting with about doing some fireside chats. And in our first fireside chat, we're going to talk about balance, because there's got to be a space where we can hold our flaws and also hold our divine perfection. There's got to be a space where we can like be both, like beautifully, like my dad bod right now is like growing. Like I get high, I eat all of the good snacks, and then my dad bod, since coronavirus, it's been 2 months in the fucking house, so yeah, I put on some weight, and I'm a little chunkier than my headshot, but I should be able to hold that, and also the fact that I am also a brilliant child of the universe. Both hands. Okay, so Nika said, Nicole says, oh, yay, thanks, boo. Treasure says, I'm not conceited, I'm confident. Isn't it great? I'm not conceited, I'm convinced, from Little Richard. Leaves room to improve, says Nika. Yeah, we all can improve. I'm far from perfect, but what I'm working with and what we're all working with, you individually, what you're working with is enough. What Treasure said earlier. It is enough. You are enough, and you can leave room for improvement and also divinely accept your perfection. Nicole liaves a comment on Facebook, so those of you who follow us, head on over to Facebook if you want. 6feetapart.eventbrite.com. I'm clicking on it now so I can read the blurb that's on the Eventbrite, because Nicole doesn't want to take up space and tell us about her event down below. All right, 6 Feet Apart is a virtual benefit concert sponsored by City Hill Community Development to raise money for bulk orders of protective health equipment for the fight against COVID-19. With your help, we can support our essential workers who are in short supply of the basic items needed to stay safe during the pandemic. A portion of Nicole's proceeds will go towards providing for face masks, hand sanitizers, gloves, and other means of support as needed. And these items will be distributed to local healthcare workers, sanitation workers, grocery store workers, food industry workers, delivery drivers, as well as the homeless who are not in a position to socially distance themselves or have a safe place for sheltered isolation. We want to thank you for your support during this time and hope to see you on May 31st for an evening of uplifting entertainment that can bring us all together and help us reach our goal to support and provide emergency assistance to as many people as possible. That is an event from Nicole Vanessa Ortiz, fabulous New York-based singer, dancer, actor, was slated to be the next Dolores Van Cartier in, I think it was Paper Mill Playhouse's production of Sister Act, and then COVID, Miss Rona said, no, you're not. Miss Rona said, no, you're not. And she still booked the role, and she could still do it tomorrow. So this isn't about what this is about. I'll say this: that what this is about is an actress using her divine giving gifts. She would call it God. You can call it whatever you want to call it, but this is about an artist using their divine gifts to try to make a difference. And if Nicole is giving a portion of her proceeds from a benefit to help emergency responders and essential workers, then I will support that. And I will always, part of my brand and part of my personal mission, this ain't got shit to do with this t-shirt or the fucking walls behind me. Part of Andre, part of what I was raised to believe is in kindness and in sharing. And so for those of you who want to throw, I mean, I may not be able to attend if I've got like a conflict or something, but I'm going to send my ticket money. I'm also going to show up the best I can for Nicole. So those of you who are into encouraging programming, awesome singing, and also being the change, which Nicole is trying to be, I invite you to check that out. Details to that will be in the next Love City Arts newsletter. So if you haven't subscribed to that, go over to lovecityarts.org. I've got creatives near you in there this week. Nicole's independent events in there, and also Collaborative Consciousness will be on their events. I'm not a ball hog. You can say a lot of shit about me. You can call me extra. You can call me over the top. You can be like, I can't stand that nigga. Like, whatever you want to say that. But I do share. Today's words are communication. I don't know why I said that so aggressive. Like, I do share, but I do. And the reason why I make a big point of it is because there's a lot of people who don't. There's a lot of actors and creative types that feel like there's limited amount of talent pie and limited amount of money pie. And if you keep living your life thinking that there's a limited amount of talent pie, meaning there's only a limited amount of talent dispensed to people, somehow in the universal manager, God, universal manager, source, spirit, whatever you want to call it, when that source was dispensing out all the talent, it like withheld some from some people. This is not what I believe, but that's how people act. Like, you got a little bit, you got more gifts than me, you got more talent than me, you got more. It ain't about that for me. It ain't about that for me, which is the reason why I say Nicole can sing her ass off. Go support her. Give her $10 cover charge. She says 50% of that's going to go. So that means $5 hard-earned dollars is going to go to her and supporting her. Well, she's not black. She's Latina, but her brown ass. And it's also going to support people. We win. We win together. That's the too long don't read. We win together. And the sooner we can get it, the sooner we'll be free. And that's politically, spiritually, all the adverbs. Add it. Once we get on the same page that we actually want to love more than fear, and that we actually want to share more than hoard, then in that moment, instantaneously we'll be free. The problem is we got to get everybody on board, and people are vibrating on that other garbage. Where are you not yet, Nicole? We're going to talk about communication real quick so I can stop talking about all of my grievances in the world. Communication is the word of the day. Communication is defined as a vital link between your interior experience and outward expression. A vital link between your interior experience, what you're experiencing inside, and outward expression. It's a willingness to share your feelings and thoughts. A willingness to share your feelings and thoughts can engage you in a more meaningful relationship to yourself, others, and your environment. We got comments down here I'm going to read for the podcast. Let's see. Nicole Vanessa Ortiz, back to our earlier conversation about sharing. It's on 6feetapart.eventbrite.com. I'll share that out later this week as promised. And then also, Kylan's on. Hey, Kaylin. Nicole says, laugh out loud. I'm everywhere, child. Nicole doesn't sleep. Nicole's everywhere. And also, Nicole is self-identified as Black, Cuban, Peruvian, and Japanese. So if you want to see her fine ass, her business fine ass, so she's got the look of the business, but she's also just a beautiful person inside and out. If you want to see that, just Google Nicole Vanessa Ortiz. And if you want to really be saucy, Google Nicole Vanessa. I need to have you on for a fireside chat, Nicole. Look up My Father's Son, or Not Your Father's Son. I'm a horrible musical theater actor. I work in the business and I don't give a shit. I can't quote names of songs. I can't quote actors. I don't know who won the Tony in 2012. I just sing, dance, and act. That's all I do. So I think it's Not My Father's Son or Your Daddy's Son. Maybe the song was Your Daddy's Son. She did an amazing version of Your Daddy's Son, I think is what the fucking song is called. And it's amazing. Google that. Treasure says, I appreciate your gift. Pie can be shared. And when it runs out, you can always make more. # Little Debbie. You know what? That's going in a book. That's going to go in the book. And I'm going to write it down right now. I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit. But in the book that I'm finally getting around to writing, Little Debbie, which is a trademark, so I'll probably have issues, but I'll write down pie sharing. The sharing of pie. Yeah, there's enough pie to go around for everybody. We all gonna get fed in here. Nicole says, just a full-blown minority and beautiful. Back to Treasure's point, though. Yes, you are a beautiful full-blown minority, Nicole. And then Nicole, Treasure brings a bit of appreciation. I appreciate your gift. Pie can be shared, and when it runs out, you can always make more. Yes, you can always make more. And part of making more is that theme of communication. Remember, I don't guide the discussion, the cards do. Part of that is strong communication, which once again means a vital link between your interior experience and outward expression. A willingness to share your feelings and thoughts can engage you in a more meaningful relationship to yourself, others, and your environment. All right, you all know what time it is. Drink your little sip of water. We're only going to be here for a few minutes more. I'm going to go get some guests. Like Nicole and Treasure. I want y'all to come on here. I can set it up where y'all can come on with video, or you can come on just audio only if you don't want anybody seeing our busted asses and coronavirus. Either way, I'll get some guests to kind of spice it up a little bit. But in the meantime, I am enough. I'm drinking water tonight instead of wine. I think my body is trying to de-pickle because I've been like boozing hard for like 66 days. We're in day 66 of this, guys and gals, and everybody in between. Or not identified, because I'm down with that too. 66 days of being together, and every day I think I've been on here higher than Jesus and with wine in my mug, and tonight it's empty. I guess I'm just full. I'm joking. All right, put in your, you know what time it is for the people that regularly watch. I'm gonna crank up this music a little bit and see what love it gives me. Planting our feet clearly on the floor. We're gonna just arrive at Oh, I gotta do math tonight. That's 12 minutes to the top of the hour. Putting our feet clearly on the floor or finding a really comfortable position to be in for the next couple of minutes. We're just gonna walk hand in hand together if that's okay. Hey, Jennifer Jose. Good to see you tonight. We're just gonna walk hand in hand for a little bit. And the first thing I do, and I do this every night, so if you've seen it before and you're like, oh, this is so boring, then blessings unto you. But if you need a little bit of zen in your life, we're going to take the next 3 minutes, maybe 5, but mostly 3, to just center ourselves in the universe. Think about this. Like, there's this giant galaxy, and then once you pull, I'm not a scientist, I'm not Bill Nye the Science Guy. Hey, Ashley, good to see you. But we're this huge galaxy, and then if you come in a little more, like if you tighten the shot, you'll get like our sun, which is like one of many suns in the galaxy. And then you'll get like Earth. And then within Earth, you'll get like all of these countries and continents and things like that. And then we just drill down. We're going to come into your city. We're going to come onto your street. We're going to come in your front door because we're all at this well together at the Good Report. And the visualization that I do use is that we're sitting around a well. So get comfy around the well. I always sit on a rock. But that's my preference. It's a very smooth rock that I have. So it's comfy on I can't say that. There's a lot of things I can say other than that, but I can't say what I was about to say. But we're going to sit down on this rock and just call ourselves into 10 minutes till the top of the hour. Ooh, taking conscious breaths, breathing in right now with me if you want to. I'm not a pushy bitch. Breathe in. Oh, breathe out. Oh, maybe you haven't consciously breathed today. Maybe you've just kind of been breathing because that's a function of living. But if you've not taken a conscious breath, and for the last 3 days, this is new, I've been talking about Eckhart Tolle and the fact that he says that one breath in and one breath out is a full meditation. Some of us are thinking, oh, I can't settle. I got to meditate. I got to meditate for 3 hours and then maybe I'll figure out how to get through coronavirus. No, you don't need 3 hours of meditation to get through coronavirus. You just need one breath. And I'm inviting you now and yeah, I will. Hey, Yvette. Hey, Nicole. Nicole says you better run to the rock. I do. And so now coming into 9 minutes at the top of the hour, breathe in, big breath. Breathe out. Oh, man. 9 minutes now until the top of the hour. The only minute, 9 minutes at the top of the hour on May 18th, 2020. 9 minutes at the top of the hour. We'll never be here again in this moment. Breathe in. And breathe out. Oh my goodness. And now I do what I do every night for 66 days. Look at the receipts. It's not changed. I'm not going to get any more original than this for the rest of my life. I promised myself I'm not going to get any more original than this for the rest of my life. This is as good as it gets. I can do a lot of work with Love City. I can sing on a lot of stages, but when I come to gather with my peeps, it'll get no better than this. It can't get any better. This is all there is. The reason why people are suffering at Tangent, the reason why people are suffering is because they want something different than what they're experiencing. If you can pull yourself into now 8 minutes to the top of the hour, wherever you are, wherever you're listening, if you can pull yourself into 8 minutes to the top of the hour, you'll find that what is tomorrow's care, that's not how you conjugate a verb, you'll find that tomorrow's cares and the things that make you depressed about yesterday will begin to fall away if you just take this conscious breath. But what about my bills? What about my baby mama? What about all the money I lost from contracts being broken? What about my furlough? This is real life. That part. What about my furlough? What about my loss of employment? What about my this? What about my that? I mean, there's 10,000 things. We don't have time to list all of the fucked up things that are going on in our personal lives in the world. I've been very clear with y'all. I'm not, as I kill the light in front of my face, I've been very clear about the fact that my life is far from perfect. The reason why you don't hear about all the things going bad in my life is not because I won't tell you. I could tell you all the things going on in my life, but for what? What are you going to do? What are you, I'm saying this from love, but like, what are you going to do You can hug me. You can send me those wonderful care emojis that I'm seeing popping up right now for people who are listening and can't see. There's wonderful little care emojis, which I love. I can give you some too. Here we go. Love, 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 love. That's me. Love, 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 love. All love, all love. But at the end of the day, when it all falls away, it's me. It's me. It's Andre. It's not even Andre, really. I mean, Andre's what you call me. Andre's what you call me. Let me call Andre. What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like, that's all imaginary too. All of this I making, we call it in Buddhism. So anyway, call yourself now, you know, that person you think you are, your I, and this may like go like completely over, but people who kind of come here and know what I'm about, they're tracking. People who are into kind of meditation, things like that, you know what it's like when I say I making, this idea that like we have a separate self, that somehow Nicole and Yvette and Ashley and everybody listening and watching, somehow everybody, we're all like separate. And that I making, that separate self is what causes us to suffer. But you know where we don't have to suffer? We don't have to suffer in the present moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Yes, feels so good to be loved by you. And the you is whoever you want it to be. It could be me, it could be you, it could be divine source. But like, I've been saying this for the last couple of nights. Feels so good to be, how sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. And that's the meditation I've been using for the last couple days in my heart and on here. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Now, if you think that I'm talking narcissistically about Andre, how sweet it is to be loved by you, the viewer, then that can get really, really wonky. But if you can just say in your heart and out of your heart, like, how sweet it is to be loved by you. Universe of love, inner guidance, intuition, sacred self, the heart of me. Even if you don't believe in anything other than yourself, believe in the heart of you. Believe in you and say to yourself, how sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is. This is a tangent within a tangent. Breathe in. Breathe out. How sweet it is to be loved by you. And some people are like, we're all struggling in this coronavirus time. But, you know, if you want to know like a little life hack, and you didn't ask for this. Hey, Tia. Good to see you tonight. I love you. I wear my mala beads and it weirds people out. But like, these are 108 beads. They have mystical significance in Buddhism. Some people call these a rosary or a japa mala or whatever. But let me tell you something. If you start right here, and this is just a little life hack, you can take it or leave it. I really don't care. I mean, I do care, but like, who am I to prescribe to you what could work for you? But one thing that I do, and I really do this, I'll go and kind of like in my mask, sit on the stoop, 6 feet away from everybody. And if you just go through, and it's not anything. It's not it's not that. It's not any of that weirdness that we've been taught as. I was taught as a Christian child that you don't want to be fiddling with none of these things. It's not of the Lord. Buddhism. Oh, where's Jesus in that? So funny to me. But you know what? I can praise Jesus and listen to my music. I can do all of that. I can go to church and all that. I left church still feeling crummy because guess what? People were there. So church didn't really work for me. But if I take one of these beads from my japa mala and I do what we just did and I say, how sweet it is, one bead at a time, how sweet it is to be loved by you. Now, I'm not telling you, this is a bring your own belief space, so I'm not telling you who the you is. Ooh! I'm not telling you who the you is. I know who the you is for me. Sometimes it's myself. Sometimes I call it God. Sometimes I call it spirit. Sometimes I call it source. But in this present moment, at 3 minutes to the top of the hour, where we're breathing in, bring your own belief here. Bring your own belief. I'm not trying to yuck your yum. As long as you're not harming anybody, I'm good. I don't need to go to your church. And then I take these beads and I go, how sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. And the you for me is changing. I'm just doing a live practice here. The you changes. Sometimes when I say how sweet it is to be loved by you, I'm talking about myself. Sometimes I'm talking about my mom. Sometimes I'm talking about my God, not your God, my God. Sometimes I'm talking about my God. Sometimes I'm talking about friends. I mean, it gets really emotional for me. And this isn't the we talking. This is like me talking to you. This is like when I go through these beats, you cannot say how sweet it is to be loved by you while calling in all of the love and still feel bad. Try it. Just try it. I'm going to do like 10 of these beats. But this is my practice, not yours. Do what you need to do for the happiness of you. But how sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Even though I don't know how my bills will get paid 6 months from now. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Even though I am desperately in need of some physical affection. It's been 66 days plus. How sweet it is to be loved by you. And while I want other physical pleasures, I'm tearing up a little bit because I'm a crier. I'm a crier, and also I get deeply moved, and that's okay. Or maybe I'm tearing up because I haven't gotten laid in 66 plus days. I don't know why I'm crying. I'm just am. But if I feel lonely about that, and I don't feel lonely about that because the dick will come. It will. But if I feel lonely, if I start getting down, I'll just get still and say how sweet it is. And sometimes this is about myself. I don't need external validation, external pleasures right now. It'll come again as it came before. But how sweet it is to be loved by you, Dre. How sweet it is to be loved by you, Keith. How sweet it is to be loved by you, Nicole. How sweet it is to be loved by you, Treasure. Calling in people who frequent this space. How sweet it is to be loved by you, Pam. People who ain't even here. You're going to be looking in your thing. Who are these people? How sweet it is to be loved by you, CJ. How sweet it is to be loved by you, Karen. A good Karen. How sweet it is to be loved by you, stranger, listener, stranger, viewer. How sweet it is to be loved by you, friend. How sweet it is to be loved by you. I'm telling you, something like that, and it doesn't have to be this. I'm going to put this back on now. But some practice like that, plus a little smile yoga. If you not smile today, just force yourself into a smile. Even if life is fucking terrible. Somehow, that mechanism triggers our brain, or it can trigger our brain into like, oh, you're smiling. Try it now. Oh, you're smiling. I'm not saying fake it till you make it. That's none of this bullshit. It's not fake it till you make it. It's not any of that fakeness. Nicole says it's a disservice to the soul and God to not love yourself accordingly. So your you is God within you, baby. Oh, you ain't got. Well, I mean, thank you, Nicole. But I believe that God is in me, as me, working through me. You know, God is going to be there for my relatives and for my mom, but I gotta call her. The God in me has to call her. And you don't want me to tell it about how, like, you know, God can heal the world and he's got the whole world in his hands, but guess what? You motherfuckers do too. God's got the whole world in his hands, but like the voting is us. The lack of care that we have for each other is us. The way that the racism and homophobia and all the sexism and all, that's us. So the God in us has to rise up. Keep breathing. It's okay. It's cool. Dre gets in his feelings. Breathe in. Breathe out. But the God in us, within us, as us, moving as us, these hands, these feet, that's the good stuff. How sweet it is to be loved by you. The last part of this is a practice, and I'm sorry, this has gone a little long because I got a little tangenty tonight, and I apologize. Kinda, not really. I just want us to break our hearts. And you're like, wow. What do you mean? I want us to break. You want us to break our hearts? What do you mean by that? Podcast listeners in their car, driving down the road, people in their house. What the fuck do you mean? You want us to break our hearts? I heard this yesterday from a meditation. For those of you who have smartphones, and I think that's probably everyone watching, there's an app called Eternal Sunshine. It's a free app. With free meditations. There's nothing blocking you from peace. If you've not got peace in your life, it's your fault. Taking full responsibility for our lives. And I'm not talking about like abusive situations or, like situations where you can't get out right now. But for the most part, if you are walking around in life, taking full responsibility for my life and taking full responsibility for our lives, if you're walking around right now and you're not sensing peace, you're not touching peace, you got the whole internet and the whole free apps and the whole, like, Headspace is giving away free yearly subscriptions to everybody who ain't got no job right now. Do y'all hear me? Headspace, the meditation app, is giving away free yearly, like a 65-day subscription to anybody who ain't got no job. If you can't touch peace right now, you don't want to. Taking full responsibility for my life with all of these tools. Anyways, Sunshine app, Eternal Sunshine app, the guy said, we break our hearts so that the pain and suffering can be released. And so I want to invite you, even if you're just passing through for a few seconds and you're going to go on to your chicken dinner, I want to invite you right now, you're probably holding your phone. We're going to break our hearts open so that the pain and suffering can get out. Oh, he's being woo-woo again. Does that help? I dare you. I dare you to visualize your heart being broken. And it's not a far reach because most of us who are living through coronavirus, I don't know about you, my heart is already broken, guys. And I'm not going to linger here because I'll start crying. But my heart is very broken about this. I stopped watching the numbers, but one of my dear sister friends, Kim, who's a board member for Love City Arts, we talk almost daily. She was telling, like, the numbers are not like down, like hundreds of people are still perishing. I think I saw 90,000 people have died from this. I don't know about you. That breaks my heart. Yeah. Nicole says, don't ever apologize. Capital EVER for the listeners. And she said, not chicken dinner. Yeah, people pass through all the time. I don't take it personally anymore. This is my work to do. So I'm just gonna do my work. I'm just gonna stay. Little Miss Duff is gonna sit on her tuffet. I'm just gonna do my work. 1 person, 2 person, 3 person, no people. Earlier in the week, I came in here, nobody came. I just gotta do my work. I got an assignment. My assignment is to continue to ask us in this moment, 6 minutes past the top of the hour, to break our hearts open so that the pain and suffering can get let out. A lot of us are trapping our pain and our suffering in our hearts. We're holding it in our heart center, in our heart chakra. Break your heart more than it's already broken. My heart breaks for Arbery, that man, the black man who was killed by those white supremacist cowards. My heart breaks for that. My heart breaks for those who lost their lives when they didn't have to because of the way that we do not abide each other in our communities. My heart breaks for these things, and I'm just letting the pain and suffering out. Won't you? I invite you. Let your pain. I have nothing else to offer you. I can sing you some pretty notes. I can dance on some stages. I don't have anything else, though. I don't have anything else. We're just going to break our hearts so that the pain and suffering and all of the negative emotion that we bottled up in our heart center, we just release it right now. Anybody who's just popping through will listen later. Anybody who'll listen 5 years from now to the replays on the podcast, whatever, however you approach this, we just open our hearts so that the pain and the suffering can come out. No gimmicks. It's just me literally opening my hand, cupping my hands and opening them. There's no gimmicks here. But what that symbolizes, and I steal this from Yanla. It just gives me the visual of just opening my heart so that the pain and the suffering can come out. And then we're going to stay here for a second, and we're going to allow, with the open hands for those who are listening, we're going to allow love to fill this space and to replace the space in our hearts where the pain and suffering was. Oh, we're so thankful and grateful and appreciative tonight for love being poured into us. Today's special dispensation of love, a May 18th kind of love being poured right now. This is not a May 17th love. This is not a May 19th love. This is a May 18th fresh batch of love being poured into our broken hearts to replace pain and sadness for a lifting of our hearts. I believe that pain and suffering gives us the expression of a heavy heart. Our hearts have been heavy. Our hearts have been heavy, daily, heavy, down. And now we're asking for that pain and suffering to be replaced by a May 18th kind of love, a special dispensation of love to meet today's need. We are asking. Now, some of you, it's going to depend on who I'm asking whether or not you can touch and agree or not. I really don't give a fuck. I really don't. I really don't. Whatever you believe in, we are asking that for a special dispensation of love in our midst. May it rain into your heart, friends, today. May it rain into your life today. No woo-woo, no church. This isn't me. I know I sound like it because I just spent 20 years in I spent 20 years in a Christian world and further years more in a Christian university. I know it sounds very preachy. I don't have any place to send you to, a heaven or a hell. I don't have anything to save you from or to. I just want love to rest and reign in our midst right now. I'll give you a moment with that. Oh, may love rest. May we exchange pain and suffering for a love that covers all. And may our hearts feel lifted in this moment. Lifted for no reason. May we be lifted for no reason. Keep breathing, lifted for no reason. Oh, but what about my bank account? Lifted for no reason. What about my job? Lifted for no reason. What about my relationships? Lifted for no reason. What about my anxiety? Lifted. May your heart be lifted for no reason. Thoughts of suicide and depression and coronavirus, may your heart be lifted for no reason. Domestic violence and abuse, may your heart be lifted for no reason. Sadness, profound sadness, may your heart be lifted for no reason. FOMO, the fear of missing out of these summer plans and all the things that we wanted to do, may your heart be lifted for no reason. And may you feel love rush into your space right now. Keep breathing, breathe in. Oh man, breathe in and breathe out. Oh, I just always feel I don't know. I don't think it's fake. I think that I just come in here and I kind of chill with y'all. Y'all have awesome things to say about chicken dinners. Nicole's laughing about that, and then Treasure says Ashe. Because this is not about my ego, I'm not going to talk at length at all about what projects I'm working on or what I'm doing. Y'all can see all these damn butterflies on the wall and on my chest, so check it out if you want. Lots of love happening in this community of love that centers community over competition. Go to the website and check out our social for Nicole's events that are coming up. We're going to get her on here for a fireside chat. But above all of the things and events, I want you to know that you're loved. I want you to know that you're a valued member of my community, Love City Arts, and also Andre. You know, the person that you call Andre, you're a valued community member of mine. I hold all of you in my heart, including the people that I call, whose names I call tonight, who aren't even here tonight. Know that yeah, because this isn't about my ego, I'm gonna stop now. And I'm gonna wish you a good night. Thank you for your offering to the gift report, the good report. I was trying to say, my brain was going, thank you for your gift of being here in the good report. And then it's like the gift report, the grift, the gift. But yeah, thank you for being here. The space is one thing when I'm here alone, and it's still a beautiful thing even when I'm alone. But even more so beautiful when we share and come together in community, even for this 50 minutes. This is my work. I thank you for supporting it. I thank you for sharing it. I hope that everybody who is in need of some creativity and inspiration and light, I hope they find it. Not because I'm anything special, but because that's just what I'm here to do. So, yeah, like I said in our meditation tonight, which changes from night to night because I don't plan what I'm going to say. I didn't plan any of this. It just kind of came from my heart to yours, which is the best thing. May you be lifted. Thank you so much for watching The Good Report by Love City Arts. It's May 18th, the only May 18th, 2020 that we will ever get. I hope that if it's sad for you, that we will figure out ways to just be a little more lifted as best as you can. But whatever you do, don't take it for granted, because somebody who was in the 17th didn't make it into the 18th, and someone in the 18th won't make it into the 19th, and that ain't your business. But I just hope that you take the 18th with love. I love you too, Nicole. I love you, everybody. I hope that this was fun. I'll keep showing up every night at 8:30 until this thing is over, and then once it's over, maybe 2 nights a week. I don't know. I can't speak to that because that's not the 18th of May. Oh my God. Have a great night. You are loved.